Open up shop.
Oh God, my room's dark.
Barbecue sauce.
Ice cream.
Cookie Monster looking for cookies.
Buffalo sauce.
Can I get some ranch for this?
Fancy pizza.
Sloppy Joe's.
Like a loaf?
The Noid on the door.
Oh,
Assless Chappie.
you don't like Domino's?
Bad Monkey.
Make a spaghetti sandwich. Welcome to the XYZ podcast. This is episode 54. I am millennial producer Chappie, joined as always with
Who?
he's Jen. Who are you? I'm just going regular names. Millennial producer Tony with Gen X Brian
Hey, everybody.
and Gen Z Winston.
What it do?
I was gonna go with nicknames and then my brain stopped working.
It derailed you. The
Oh,
worn paths.
man.
You couldn't deviate from the worn paths.
No, I've said the other one too many times to mess with it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your brain goes on autopilot. Well, anyway, yes. Cheers, Chappie. Cheers, Charleston.
Cheers.
Norm. Thank you. There it is.
Norm from Cheers. There you
It comes.
go,
It's
man.
just on a
Oh.
delay.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
All right.
speaking of delay, let me just get to let's get right into stuff. Thing I wrote down within the past week. Layaway?
Layaway?
Layaway, like
Does that still
Klarna?
exist?
Klarna.
Yeah, we were talking about
Klarna.
Klarna, and then so we talking about Klarna, and then I was like, huh.
That's all it
I
is.
remember,
It's
I
layaway.
remember Kmart layaway, but
Yeah.
I don't know that system exists anymore.
what is a layaway though?
There we go. That's
Yeah.
you've answered
Like
my
genuinely, what's the definition for layaway?
So the way this, like my mom did this a lot. I remember this as a kid. You would go to the store, you'd pick out your item and say, I want to buy this.
Mhm.
And you would go to the layaway counter often and you would give them the item and you would give them a little bit of money for it. And they would essentially hold it for you. And so then you would go back and pay for it in installments. And then when you paid the final installment, you got it. In today's instant gratification society, we give you the item now, and then I'll pay it off later. But yes, it's absolutely the opposite of Klarna.
Yeah,
I guess credit cards killed
Right.
layaway.
yeah, definitely.
guess so,
Because it's you get everything on an instant instead of having to like go in
Yeah.
every other week and pay it off.
Now, Winston,
Uh,
before the age of electronics, do you
Yeah.
know how they ran a credit card?
Have you seen this in movies? Yeah.
No. Is it like a writing, right? I think.
Oh, you're close.
Is
Well,
it
What would
not
be a quicker thing to copy the whole thing?
a picture?
No,
We didn't
no.
have cameras that like you
Yeah,
could see instantly.
A printer, like a scanner, right?
It was
You're
I suppose it was a primitive copy machine.
A fax machine.
Brian.
What is the carbon paper? Carbon paper. You would put, you'd have this slip, and again, I remember this vividly, and it was like envelope sized almost, and they would put it on this machine, and you'd put your credit card down, like physically put it down, and they would run this like pressure thing over it that then took an imprint in the carbon paper of your credit card number. And that's how they got your credit card information. You didn't.
That's
It would make a
Crazy.
terribly loud noise.
Yeah.
You go, "Ka-chunk."
Yeah. And I mean, just thinking about that now, like how ripe with fraud could that have been? Like, snatch those. I've got 100 credit cards right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that scene from The Jerk with Steve Martin, where
I haven't watched that in a while.
where the Latino gang shows up at his gas station, and he go digging around in like 3 or 4 different purses for a credit card. He handed it over to him. He's like, "What type of gas would you like, Mrs. Nussbaum?" He's like, "Oh, that's my wife."
But yeah, you would literally make an imprint of the physical credit card on this carbon paper.
Yeah.
And that's how you would pay for it with a credit card. Again, it's funny to talk about this now because this seems like Stone Age technology.
Uh-huh.
There's funny enough, there's a TikTok on how they used to run credit cards back in the day. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's similar. Like, have you ever made like a pencil rubbing?
Yeah.
Like
that's-
that. Yeah.
You'd rub it. It would make a copy.
You would see
basically.
Does that actually work? Like I've never really
Yeah.
tried it. Actually,
Yeah, a lot of people will use it for like, I don't know why this comes to mind. Gravestones,
Yeah,
like
yeah, you
old
could go-
gravestones.
yeah, they
You'd
put
go
the paper
and
on
make
it.
a rubbing of the gravestone to keep a copy of that because they just fade over time. The stone ones. Yeah.
See, I knew the pencil rubbing thing from Inspector Gadget. Pretty sure he did that once, I think.
Yeah. Next time you're sitting at your desk and you have a pencil, put like a quarter under a piece of paper and then scribble over the quarter on the piece of paper, and that'll give you like, you'll be able to see what's on the coin.
They made whole toys based on that. Didn't have one, but I do remember there was a Barbie toy for girls where you'd have these different slates and you'd make an outfit and then you'd put a piece of paper over it and do a pencil rubbing and
I've
make
seen
that
that.
outfit.
Yeah. I think my cousin had that. No, my cousin did.
I had again, my sister's 12 years younger, so I did end up being forced to play with a lot of little girls' toys and things growing up. I don't.
And Tony still grew up and married a girl.
That's it. So I'm fine. I do remember playing the game Pretty Pretty Princess.
What is that?
Brian, do you remember this? Did your girls have this?
No, I know the name though, and
Really?
I know that's off the. Are you a pretty pretty princess? I don't know how the game goes though.
So it was basically the game was a jewelry box, and you open it up, and there's a bunch of costume plastic jewelry in it, and the inside of the lid was a spinner, and you'd spin it, and it would tell you what piece to gain, and there was these little clip-on earrings and a necklace and a bracelet
So
and
you
a
would dress
ring.
up
So as the game went on, you would gain stuff,
You
but there
turned
was
into a pretty pretty.
but there was
princess.
stuff where people could take your things or you'd have to put it back in. And once you finally collected all of it, you got to wear the little crown that was in there. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, and that's why
it's
you
fine.
know.
You know what the modern day version that is me and my friends playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
That's
What
it.
is that?
Yeah, come on, man. It's
Sounds like
it's-
Animal Crossing with Hello Kitty.
It is. That's
Okay.
basically what it is.
Is it what platform is it on?
It's on PC and every platform you can ever imagine.
It's
You-
on
you
your
and your bros
imagination
are
platform.
Sitting
Yeah.
down on a Friday night playing some Hello Kitty.
Yeah, me and the boys just sipping our beer, playing Hello Kitty, and telling them to come check our farms. Men used to go to war, by the way.
That's true. That's true. That is true, man. This is that's why I keep seeing that they not to ever veer into politics, but they were just saying Trump's trying to bring all these manufacturing jobs back to the United States, and their thing is people don't want manufacturing jobs.
Yeah.
That's hard work.
Imagine me working at a factory. Never that.
No, you couldn't get on an assembly line and
Hell no.
do whatever they. I don't know. I assume most assembly lines are robotic. Although when I went to the distillery, the Buffalo Trace distillery, there was a room of people fully sealing the bourbon in wax. Also,
I love that. Yeah.
I've seen it with Maker's Mark too. Those are
Yes.
hand dipped bottles. So that's
they
still. That's still a little, factory assembly line type.
They might be
flavors.
doing that if they're not still underwater.
Oh gosh, yeah, man. It went right up to the edge. I don't think any bourbon was lost, but but I don't know. This hails from where does this come from? This is Four Roses, which
That's good.
yeah.
Theirs is good.
So Brian, apparently for the Maker's Mark's bottle, if there's more wax, it's rare.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sell the bottle with the bigger wax for a large amount of money.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
Occasionally they'll dip almost the whole bottle in wax.
Yeah, it would just be one little corner left. It's hilarious.
it's not perfect. Somebody didn't doze off and
No, it's
No,
on
no, no.
purpose.
accidentally
Yeah.
dropped the whole bottle in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, having hand dipped bottles myself at Maker's Mark, they are
that's
very
right.
specific
That's super
about
cool.
doing it. Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
How do you? What's the process though?
It's a dip and twist method.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've just seen it, but yeah,
and
Tony's done it.
They layer you up pretty good too because it's molten wax.
Oh yeah.
um,
The dude that I saw that was dipping it literally bare hand. Didn't even. It was crazy. It was just 2 fingers all the way in.
if that's your job, you don't feel your hands no more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
After years of dipping, his nerves are dead, and they end up his
That's
fingers.
it. That's my favorite thing to watch is third world country cooking video. You guys know I have a soft spot for it. But man, oh man, greatest country in the world in terms of culinary stuff, India. This guy crack an egg.
I think that's France, but that's okay.
No. Well, ironically here, the guy crack an egg, I literally used his hand to splash oil onto this egg.
Oh my God.
It's
Hot
like,
oil?
Yeah, it looked like crude oil, but still, like this thing is pitch black. But he's like, like just throwing it on with his hand. I'm like, how do you not feel it? You know?
Oh man.
There's so many years you just don't.
Yeah, that's it. Burn off all the receptors.
Speaking of government and food, though, I told Winston I'd save this for the podcast. We were talking pizza stuff earlier.
Right.
He's mentioning the heavy ad campaign that Domino's is doing about their stuffed crust pizza. You can thank the government for that.
For
Why?
stuffed crust?
Do either of you know this backstory?
No, the government came up with stuffed crust.
So, Brian,
Glad
you're
to work
familiar
on
with
some
the term
important issues.
government cheese.
Yes.
What is government cheese?
So,
Oh boy.
Is this
Yeah.
like the thing where like the military gets stuff like 20 years ahead of you?
No, this is like there's like a cheese stockpile and
Yeah, what decade would that have started in?
post-depression?
Okay. Anyways, at some point in time, the dairy industry was basically the government subsidized cheese. So they're like, if you make cheese, that's great. We'll give you money for that. Well, they overproduced cheese, and then the government was sort of forced to buy it back.
Yeah.
But if you store, especially like low moisture mozzarella in the right condition, it will just stay almost indefinitely.
Yeah, forever.
So the government actually has this giant stockpile of cheese, and they're like, we don't.
What do we
want
do
it.
with it?
So they bought it from the dairy industry, and they're like, all right, well, now we need to sell it. Like, we need to do something with it. So then they incentivized pizza companies to buy it. So like,
Because they gave it out as like to help the poor too. They gave out government cheese, right?
yes,
But they had
and I
so
think
much.
that was like,
okay.
I think that was like an American like fake cheese at that point in time.
Processed cheese food, yes.
Yeah. Very distinct from what I've been told. It was just like you knew you were eating
Government cheese.
government cheese.
Government cheese.
The mozzarella
It tasted
stuff,
like patriotic, doesn't it?
it tastes like freedom.
Yeah.
And a little bit
But
of mold.
so almost any pizza chain that you go to is probably buying and using this government cheese. But there was still too much cheese. So they said, hey, we need you to start getting creative with this. And Pizza Hut went, we can use it. We'll put it in the crust.
So Pizza Hut is the originator of the stuffed crust?
I believe they are. Also, go back and look at some of the old ads featuring Donald Trump.
No way.
Where everybody's like, we eat pizza backwards. And it's like whenever it first came out, everyone's eating a crust first. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So what year was that for you guys?
I'll look up when it debuted.
Because I think in Vietnam it was like 2010, 2009.
We've had stuffed crust since the 1900s.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. We had stuffed crust during the Kennedy administration.
I wasn't alive then. I know I'm old, but I'm not that old, man.
1995.
Oh
go,
my
man.
God.
Told
You guys
you,
had
man.
it like a solid 20. Man,
Product launch followed a $45 million national ad campaign, famously featuring Donald and Ivana Trump.
That's crazy. Yeah, but
you go.
you guys literally had that for a solid like 15 years before Vietnam got it.
Dude.
Like that's crazy.
The 90s were great, man.
Yeah,
90s.
man.
That's
That
why,
was the
like,
America that was sold to me.
That's why, like, it doesn't matter if you're getting Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Domino's now. Like, you eat the stuffed crust and you go, this cheese tastes like nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
because
the better
that's just
ingredients
what it
is bologna, huh?
Well, I don't. Does Papa John's do stuffed crust?
No, Papa John doesn't.
I
Papa
don't
John,
think so.
what Papa John does do is say the N word a lot.
Actual Papa John.
It's Papa John, not Papa John's.
Yeah.
Papa John.
Who's
John,
not
yeah.
who's not Italian at all.
Yeah.
He just threw that on there to make it sound like, you know.
That's it.
Man, okay, so from Pizza Hut to Burger King, I got a fast food update from the guy who never eats fast food. I have a funny encounter. Was on the road, was starving, and decided for whatever reason I'm gonna pull into this Burger King. I never eat burger. I don't eat fast food.
I feel like such a good choice though. It's a solid choice to pull into.
I hadn't eaten there in a long time.
It's a real distinct flavor, and sometimes you go, got a hankering for some BK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
when I used to eat there all the time. That was like where in my high school everybody hung out at the Burger King. That was like the socializing spot where everybody went before they went and did other things. Everybody was at the Burger King. So I used to always get the chicken sandwich. So
the long chicken
Yeah,
sandwich.
The long one? Yeah, those are
Oh
cool,
yeah.
So I pull into Burger King, which I couldn't tell you the last time I ate there. Order the chicken sandwich. But the funny thing that I wanted to tell you guys is like, as I pull up, the very nice lady who called me Sweetie Honey, I had a couple Sweetie Honey sugars on there, and she's like, before I pull up and it's, they usually ask you if I have a mobile order. No, they're like, will you need any ketchup or a crown with your order? It was the first thing that she asked me before I ordered anything.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Do I need a ketchup or a crown? Like, that's how we're starting this thing.
That's the only two options. Not mustard, not mayo.
No.
Ketchup or crown.
Yeah. I
Do
wrote
you
it
need
down because
condiments or accessories?
I think I could have had both. She called me sugar. I mean, I
Yeah, you definitely could have both.
I could have said, could I have some ketchup and a crown?
Did you drive off with a crown on?
I did not.
I
I would
always
be
thought-
worried if I saw a guy like me driving down the road with a Burger King crown.
So,
That's
hold
fair.
on.
Yeah.
so hold on.
Murder.
yeah, that guy's not right.
So hold on. So when I was going to Burger King, I always thought the crown thing was like only if you order a kid's meal or something. I
think
kid
it
you
started
not.
out that way.
Right, but I kid you not, I didn't get my first crown until maybe like a month ago. I kid you not, I literally pulled up through drive-through, got me a Whopper. I got to the thing, I paid, and I'm like, I got all my stuff, and they're like, you need anything else? And I looked at her, I was like, can I get one of those crowns? Like, is that okay? She was like, yeah, you want two? I'm like, why would I need two? So I was like, no, just the one. And sure enough, she handed it to me. I was like,
There you go.
That's great.
oh,
Yes.
My Burger King used to just like pre-make them and put them into like the
yes, in
divider
the tower,
walls.
right? Yeah, wait,
There's just like divider walls between the tables and stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they used to
yeah.
just set them out. So it's just like, oh, you
You
just
can just
take
grab them. Yeah.
A lot of places did that. Long John Silver's used to get like a little paper captain's hat.
I feel like that's the best way to like make eating fast food fun again. Is like if there's like, you know what I mean?
I thought I was going to say that's the only way to get somebody into a Long John Silver.
yeah, get the hat up.
Give them a hat.
A little Burger King cosplay for you.
Yeah,
There,
literally.
Yeah.
Ronald, we should do something with Ronald McDonald. Maybe you get like a little clown nose or something. You know what I mean?
that guy's
I don't know.
clown. I think the collective feelings about clowns. I mean, Ronald's a little more familiar, but I don't think a lot of people like clowns.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, I don't know.
Well, Grimace was a hit though. They brought Grimace
Grimace is
back, so I mean
huge,
that,
yeah.
that was huge. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. I was like, I never eat at Burger King, and the first thing I get asked is, "Do I need ketchup or a crown?" Not is it a mobile order, but do I?
Yeah.
So and you know
I like
what?
the fact that they looked at you and they went, this man looks like he needs a crown.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. It's like they definitely saw what you look like, Brian.
This looks like a crown guy if I've ever seen one.
that guy's got no hair, man. We need to put something on his head.
to cover it up.
It's sunny out.
It's
yeah.
sunny out.
I'm not, but because of that, I was like, huh, my opinion of them is just notched up a little bit. The fondness for Burger King. That was just completely weird. I seriously, as I was pulling forward, I'm like, I got to write that down because that's funny. I don't know. But another thing I wrote down that I wanted to ask, since Winston and I have found out that Tony is a Cher fanatic, right? I mean, don't we think?
Yeah, apparently.
Do you know? I heard this on Conan O'Brien's podcast. What is Cher's full name?
Oh, it's like real Italian sounding or something, isn't it? I do it not off the top of my head, but I do. I've heard it. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask one of you guys to look it up because as we went to air, I dropped my phone on the floor over there, and it is it's out of reach. My bourbon, however, is right here. But there you go.
Sherilyn Sarkisian.
There you go. Cher's
She
real
sounds
name.
like a Star Wars character. Like
Sharon Sarkisian.
yeah.
Glove
Sherilyn.
Chateau. That's
Yeah.
right.
Sherilyn.
Either that or like some Harry Potter character. That last name is very distinct, man.
But yeah, I thought that was,
Said her full name out, and all my furniture started floating.
She's American, but where's her family from? Yeah.
Sarkisian.
No,
She was-
that was an
she's Greek. I think she's Greek or Armenian. There you go.
Armenian American.
That's
Yep.
right. Conan O'Brien's podcast is pretty funny. His producer is Armenian, and somehow that got brought up, and they said Cher's real name, and I was like, I had no idea that was her full name, and so I figured we'd ask the resident Cher
fan. Yeah.
Great.
Tony's like, I ride for Cher all decades.
I guess I'll begrudgingly take this title.
Well, I mean, of three people, you are the resident Cher expert.
That's fair. Right? I like Cher the most out of the three of us. So
we saw that. I saw that Cher was performing next to Trey Anastasio from Fish. And they were hitting it off at that, I forget what music event that was, some all-star thing, and that they were going to talk about making music together. And I'm like, is that a joke? That's weird.
Crazy.
It's better than talking about making love together. I thought it was going a real weird direction.
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
Cher's old, despite, wearing the assless chaps or whatever she was wearing.
Actually? Oh, my goodness.
She was wearing the thong in the If I Could Turn Back Time video. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
I guess Winston did not do a deep dive into Cher after we talked about her on the
I didn't feel the need to.
Missing out, man.
Well, the thing about Cher is I never when she came back with whatever that comeback was, I was like, this is like an old person. She's always seemed like old, and I mean I'm the oldest one here, so I would think, I don't know, I guess because I remember her from the '60s with Sonny Bono.
I wonder what the general audience at a Cher concert would look like nowadays. It's just a retirement home.
I don't know. I think it's like a pride celebration would be my guess.
Yeah. That's probably true.
Yeah.
I mean I keep going blurry here. Not that anybody's watching this for our faces,
I was gonna say something, Brian. You're like phrasing in and out.
I am. I'm in between realms.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that we don't eat that often, what happened to the bubblegum industry? What has gone on? I remember a golden age of
bubblegum,
of bubblelicious bubblegum. There was Blue Blowout and Gonzo Grape, and they had cotton candy and watermelon. They had all these strawberry lemonade. You could get every flavor under the sun. Dr. Pepper bubblegum.
What?
Cola bubblegum. It was great. I went looking for gum the other day. I went, I haven't had some good bubble gum for a long time. Let me just start looking. They doesn't exist.
You have two options, man.
You got regular and maybe some fruit flavor, maybe a strawberry.
Like bubblegum flavor?
That's it. That's all.
Chewing gum and bubblegum are two different things, though.
I'm talking bubblegum. You can get they're still making juicy fruit and Big Red and crap, but I'm not looking for that.
What's the difference between chewing gum and bubble gum?
Bubblegum's usually a big square. I'm looking for good.
Oh,
soft.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, bubblegum.
I'm not in the mood for freaking Bazooka Joe. That it's like a rock that you got to soften before you can chew. I want a comic. Yeah. I'm looking for a good, big, soft piece of bubble gum that you can chew, blow a bubble with.
Yeah. Nowadays, for me, the only time I see bubblegum is the Hubba Bubba 6 foot long one. That's twirl up.
Bubble tape.
Yes, bubble tape. Yes.
Bubble tape. That's just a novelty thing, though. But I think Hubba Bubba is the only brand left.
Are you talking about your grocery store checkout?
Yeah.
Bubble Yum is still around, though, no?
Is it?
I think so.
I was looking at a gas station. I was just like, what? Where? What happened to all of it?
You remember back in the day, you can get a whole bucket of it, for some reason?
Oh, yeah. It was
the rock bubble gum.
Yeah, it was the stuff. Yeah, it tastes great for 30 seconds.
That's it, and then no flavor whatsoever, and your jaws start hurting after 30 minutes of chewing.
Yeah, you can still get novelty. You ever see the gold mine?
No, what?
Looks like it's a little cloth sack, and you open it up, and it looks like little gold nuggets.
Oh yeah. You're not gonna find that at the grocery store, though.
The bubble gum powder in the little jug.
No, I've never seen any of this.
Look up bubble jug.
Make sure
the safe search is on it. Look up bubble jug.
Oh, that's hilarious.
For things like that.
He's dancing down at Tattletales this weekend.
If Winston's eyes get real big, he's not found the right thing.
He's found bubble jugs.
Fruit Stripe's gone. That was one you wanted a real good flavor for
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yes.
Fruit Stripe with the zebra. Man.
It's the Beastie Boy lyrics, man. I got more flavor than Fruit Stripe gum.
You got and those rappers tattoos, temporary tattoos on the rappers.
Not the
No
Beastie Boys.
way,
Okay.
really?
Oh yeah, Fruit
Yeah.
Stripe was awesome. Or
Oh,
Ouch.
the
Ouch.
little zebra. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, ouch. Never heard
Ouch
of
was good. It came in. It looked like they looked like Band-Aids.
Yeah, let's
Came in a
teach
Band-Aid
kids
tin?
to eat Band-Aids.
Which again, you could still probably find Ouch somewhere in like a novelty candy store. But the
Yeah.
concept of a Band-Aid tin makes no sense anymore to anybody that's buying gum.
Yeah. And what about, do they still sell candy cigarettes?
No.
I had them often.
Wait,
Yep.
do they?
In a novelty store.
Oh,
they would,
yeah.
I mean,
Candy
I ate the
cigarettes
heck
are-
out of those, and I never
Ooh,
smoked cigarettes. So.
I saw this thing the other day, and I literally immediately thought of you guys. It's a cigarette shaped incense. It comes in a box like it's a cigarette box, and you literally pull it out, burn it, and then just leave it on like a
Is it as fat as a cigarette? Is it as fat? Oh my gosh.
I kid you not.
Oh, bubblegum cigar.
What?
yeah,
Let's bridge the gap.
yeah.
Bubblegum cigars.
There you go. Yeah, that was like, and then they often had them in blue, blue and
and
pink
pink.
wrappers, because back in
Coming
the
out
day, when,
cigar box.
back when you had a kid, Winston, it was customary for the father to pass out cigars to all his
Oh,
buddies. Like, I had a child. Here's a cigar.
that's hilarious. I'm looking at the bubblegum cigars right now. These are super cool looking.
Right?
Yeah.
Come with a little band on them and everything.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
man.
Is this what happens when? Is this why kids ended up eating Tide Pods? Is all this leading up to that, or is
there's
it
no
just-
novelty gums out there? It's like,
They go for the real thing.
We're
that's
talking
it.
mascots and stuff. What about cigarette mascots?
Oh, Joe Camel.
Joe Camel was a big one.
What's Joe
Boy.
Camel?
I remember him so well growing up.
Anybody smoke in your household?
I had a great aunt who did, but not really. I had a great grandmother who smoked heavily. She would smoke in her house with her oxygen. We're like, you don't do that.
Oh my
Please.
god, that's
Please. And
crazy.
she's like, no, I take the oxygen off to smoke. We're like, we don't care. Don't do that.
One
Yeah.
of my wife's coworkers' dad blew himself up like that.
Oh,
No
my
way.
gosh.
Yes, sitting in the lazy boy recliner, having a cigarette, had the oxygen on, hit the oxygen, explosions.
Boom.
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Man, I bet that last hit was slapped though.
Probably save on cremation charges.
Yeah,
that's
halfway
it,
there. You have to, but the
literally.
scraping, the labor to get it all in one place. That's
yeah.
okay. That's tasteless.
But I know I
Back to
remember
fruit stripe
like
gum.
I remember like seeing like at least print ads with Joe Camel, and I'm like, this thing looks cool.
Cool as shit, man, with the
Yeah.
leather jacket on. Yeah.
And like not necessarily the camel itself, although he was fine, but like the art behind
Yes.
him, like the settings is
Yep.
very nostalgic for me.
In a white tuxedo playing a piano. Like, come
This
on.
is
now.
this is on par. Well, I was
Cool
going to go
ass
this
camel.
way. Marlboro Man.
What?
The Marlboro Man was this cool cowboy guy.
Oh, do you not? Was he gone by the time you came into
both of those were
consciousness,
absolutely
Winston?
gone
Oh,
before he was
wow,
probably
yeah.
born.
Yeah, the Marlboro Man was like this just rugged cowboy guy who was just doing all manly stuff in all the
Yeah.
ads. But then it came out like I don't know, 50 more percent of the Marlboro Man died of like cancer. like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but
like-
he never smoked though. That's what the New York Times said. Said Marlboro Man who didn't smoke dies at 90.
well,
Well,
he
there's
died at
one of
90.
them that
But
didn't.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say there's been Marlboro Mans throughout the decade.
Oh, multiple Marlboro Mans.
Yes,
These are on par
Marlboro
with
Men.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Marlboro Man.
this is on par with Spuds McKenzie, where you
Yeah.
just go, this thing is freaking cool.
But I feel like Spud McKenzie got nothing on like Joe Camel. Joe Camel is a badass who smokes cigs and ride bikes.
Well, Spuds
See,
McKenzie hung out with
this
chicks
is
in
why they had
bikinis,
to get
though.
rid of him.
Yeah. Like he's you can tell he was the influence for a lot of
Yeah.
teenager to start smoking. Don't get me wrong, Joe Camel starts showing up. I'll start smoking cig tomorrow.
And
This guy's
listen, if he wasn't tied to the tobacco industry, I could see him making a huge comeback.
Oh yeah, him and
Like
Chester
vintage
Cheetah.
looking
They could have a
clothing and stuff.
crossover.
Wait, who, Brian?
Chester
Joe Cam-
Cheetah. Because they both
yeah.
have massive heads.
Yeah, that's it.
But Winston, tell me you couldn't see people nowadays buying like a vintage looking jean jacket with a giant Joe Camel patch on the back.
Oh, I would rock the shit. I
Oh
would,
my gosh. Yeah.
I would rock a printed tee of Joe Camel riding a dirt bike.
Well, I bet you could probably find it on Etsy.
Well, I just found it. That's why I was.
And it's in my cart.
Yes.
I don't smoke, but that's what I'm fine. Okay, so let me ask you this, Winston. I've noticed a lot of kids wearing.
Smoking? Oh.
No. Isn't everybody still juuling, vaping? Isn't that what the kids are doing?
No, we do Galaxy Gas nowadays. But yeah. But go on.
Wearing, bands, that's the whole big thing. Like if you're wearing a band shirt, I've seen several people with the Rolling Stones shirt on, and I'm like, I don't care if you listen to them or not. But like back in the day, you wouldn't wear a band shirt that if you weren't.
You don't listen to.
Yeah. So now, are you wearing like would you wear a Camel shirt even though you don't smoke? Joe Camel shirt? Or
I would wear,
not you maybe, but
right. But I would wear a Joe Camel shirt for the irony of it. You know what I mean? Like because it's so
lung
out.
Cancer.
That's it. Yeah. Like but it's almost like it's been so long. Unless I'm wearing it around like people around y'all's age, I don't think like my friends would recognize who Joe Camel is. Like I didn't know who Joe Camel was until I looked it up. Yeah, because then it just
wow.
It just looked like I'm rocking a T-shirt of a cool ass camel.
Just here, I got an idea. Imagine they start reprinting these ad campaigns on clothing, but instead of making him look super cool, they make him look even cooler and make him into a skeleton because he's dead. Like a skeletal Joe Camel still
in a leather jacket, riding a bike.
Oh
my god, he's the Ghost Rider.
Yeah. There you go, man. It's like half Iron Maiden shirt, half Camel ad. Tony has got his next Etsy shot lined up.
Literally.
Man,
is he in public domain? Can we use him?
No, yeah.
I gotta look this up. We might have new merch.
Yeah, literally.
Freaking deadhead Joe Camel.
Yeah.
He's a fashion icon, man. Freaking Joe Camel is cool. Joe Camel, I feel like Joe Camel is definitely the inspiration for BoJack Horseman. Like, there's no way it's not, right? Like,
does BoJack Horseman smoke?
Yeah, like chain smoke, I think.
There you go.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, I mean, one's a camel, one's a horse, but
right.
And then,
but like inspiration.
And then Winston cigarettes. They didn't have a mascot.
Yeah,
Winston,
it was just me.
Yeah.
Didn't the Flintstones? Wasn't that the one that they old black and white ads of Flintstones?
Fred was smoking Winston's, perhaps.
I think so. Back when 8 out of 10 doctors recommend Winston's.
Yeah.
You are correct. There is a Flintstone commercial Winston cigarette.
Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
How do you know this? Like off the top of your head.
It's my job to drink and know things.
Yes, there you go, Tyrion. All right.
The other day, Tony actually sent me it was a commercial of a Winston cigarette.
I did.
I was like, what the shit? Like, it's so crazy.
What were they doing? Were they making it look cool?
I mean, I don't think so, but I remember like it's showing like the branding and all that. I gotta pull it back up and see here.
Yeah, I remember a while ago when I think we discovered that, or I remembered Winston's, and then there's the Capris, which were like the lady cigarettes. Those were the real skinny cigarettes.
Virginia Slims,
yes. Those, also lady cigarettes. They were like thinner cigarettes. But back in the day, you could also get Marlboro bucks, Winston. You would save up almost like box tops.
Kohl's Cash.
Yes, it's Kohl's Cash for cigarettes. You would smoke your things and then you could turn them in. I knew several people who had like a stack of the Marlboro bucks, and then you could turn them in and actually get,
Were they able to turn it in, or did lung cancer get them beforehand?
No, they got you in. You get buy a carton, you get some bonus carton cash.
Carton cash.
And then you can turn it in. People get, Marlboro branded dartboards and
that's cool.
So again, listen to this. This sounds like ancient times, and this would never happen now. But back in my bar going days, which I'm trying to remember even where this was, they would have good-looking girls come around and try and sign you up for the Marlboro whatever mailing list, whatever it was in the catalog, and you would get some starter cash, and then just basically to get. I mean, it was fully trying to entice you to start smoking cigarettes.
Right.
This would happen in bars. Girls would come around and
Was it like a girl working at the bar, or is it just like random girls that were going into bars with that purpose?
Working for Marlboro. Like they were working for Marlboro, and they would walk around with like a free T-shirt, and then you'd sign up, and it's just like, use our product.
The original door-to-door salesman.
Yes, yeah. And they're like, all right, we got some cute girls, some semi-drunk guys. Though it's probably not a very hard sale at all.
That's it. Yeah. That's
But
hilarious.
And then cigarette machines. You could get. They had these old, cigarette
the
vending
vending
machines.
machines.
Yeah, cigarette vending machines.
You put them in, they'd have windows showing you all the cigarettes, and you'd pull this little knob, and it would drop down.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
if
crazy.
you see one, you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them for the first time right now, and this is insane.
They're cool looking. I bet you so many of them have just been destroyed.
Yeah.
But it would be great to repurpose them with
Bubblegum.
Pokemon cards. Put trading
Pokemon
cards
cards
in
would
them.
be cool.
I don't think you want to repurpose something that sold cigarettes to kids. I don't know. I think you want to pivot on
it's so far removed now.
Yeah,
that
these
I don't
kids
know that
wouldn't
kids
know 'em.
have any idea. First of all, do they even know what cigarettes are?
I still think people smoke. It's weird.
I think they do, but I think you're right. I think it's a lot of vaping nowadays.
Yeah. I don't think kids are growing up around smoker. Just a whole lot of vapors.
Yeah. I have a neighbor who goes out for his morning cigarette, and this Saturday we're heading out, and my daughter was home for the weekend, and we were out running around, leaving the house at like 9:00, and she's like, "That guy's smoking," and it's 9:00 in the morning. I'm like, "Oh yeah, man! First thing in the morning, you get up. That's like people that I know."
And a cigarette,
yeah,
get you going.
Which sounds so disgusting. I mean, again, I've never smoked. Maybe I'm missing out on some primal pleasure, but that sounds disgusting.
And here's Winston, a good thing for your generation. Like, I very sadly have a weird nostalgia for that smell. I hate the smell of a cigarette.
Right? Yeah.
But there's sometimes it's just like when you go into like a seedy bar.
Yeah.
You just go, something's missing.
Right.
And it's
right.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
or
funny.
like if you're out in public and you just walk past that smell, you're like, oh my God, like you kind of get astral
Sometimes
protected.
it'll trigger, it'll trigger that flashback.
So when I was growing up,
go ahead.
no, I was going to say when I was growing up, my dad smoked a lot of Marlboro Gold. Like that was his thing. So literally if I'm out in public and I smell Marlboro Gold, I would literally like
Flashback.
to when I was a kid. So I told you guys when I was a kid, I would run to go pick up cigarettes from my dad, right? Have I told you guys this? Yeah, it's hilarious. Vietnam is so lawless, man. Walk up, $10 in hand. I'm like, hey, I'm here to buy some cig. And they don't.
How many would you get for $10?
Well, $10 in like Vietnamese like currency. So like, I mean,
That
you
was
get like one.
that was what one. Oh my gosh.
So I think the conversion. So right now, $1 in America is 25,000 in Vietnam. So a pack used to be about 10,000. So it's less than $1 for a pack of cig.
Oh man, now it's like upwards of $7-8 or whatever.
Yeah, but
Well,
so
here it is,
but we didn't have a vending machine, so we would have a guy with just a cart that sell nothing but cig, and he would camp at a corner, like 4th Street.
Did he sell individual cigarettes?
No, well, maybe, who knows?
He's rolling them himself. They didn't have the ice cream man. They did have a cigarette man.
They had a cigarette man.
Pushing his cart with the bells. Everybody knew him coming around.
Different song, but same
He didn't
result.
roll it. He didn't roll it around. He just put his cart at like a corner of a street, and so like
He ain't walking, Tony. The addicts will come to
but
him.
Here's the thing.
I'll
right,
take a fudge stick and a pack of Marlboro
Right,
Lights.
There you
but
go.
it's at an intersection, so literally as the lights turn red, you have the opportunity to just turn over and go, let me get a pack of Marlboro Gold. You hand them the cash and you just have a pack. And I've seen people done it. I've seen them literally buy it, put it in their mouth, light it, and then pocket it and kept driving while smoking. It's crazy. But yeah, man, Vietnam is so lawless. It's
Now,
like,
also,
man.
you do realize that like plugs in cars used to be
Yes.
cigarette lighters. Okay, yeah.
yes,
Oh.
I had it in my first car.
Did
I
you?
burned
Okay.
myself one time too. I thought it was pretty funny. But
With that
I got
nice
in
round tattoo.
right. So I got in my new car, and I'm like, oh my God, they have a cigarette lighter, and I'm like, disappointment.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Just the power port.
It was cool, man, because you would click it and it
Yeah,
will
man.
heat up and it will pops. You hear that little
Yeah,
clink.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Amazing.
You're like, I've just heated up metal.
That's it, yeah.
To a red hot glow that I could
Yeah.
I could burn anything in my
Right, but it's cool. It's cool as a kid because when you're sitting in the car and it's dark at night, you just have a glowing thing that you can hold the whole time. I don't know. I think
surprised you don't have serious scarring all over you.
Yeah.
like
it was, sometimes when it's cold, you kind of click it and you kind of do this around your hands, and, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So I'm just now noticing We've got Tony's name is El Grande Americano, which sounds like a coffee order.
He just won at WrestleMania.
There's a wrestler named after a coffee?
There's an Olympian, ex-Olympian athlete, Chad Gable, who was having problems with Rey Mysterio and the Luchadors. So he went to somewhere behind a convenience store, it looked like, and learned about Lucha Libre and came back. And there's a big in-story argument as to whether El Grande Americano is or isn't Chad Gable. It very clearly looks like it's Chad Gable with a mask on, but nobody will acknowledge that. And Chad Gable will fight you on it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's great. It's so great. Yeah, and he got a match this weekend and won. It was awesome.
That's amazing.
Oh, man, Winston, I wandered right into that one, huh?
Yeah. Can we cash in the coin somehow?
I didn't even have to.
Yeah.
Someone else brought it up.
Yeah, I did. It fell out of my pocket. And Winston is recession pop?
Yes. I've been waiting for this moment this whole night.
Clearly. Hang on. I shouldn't have said it yet. I want to ask Tony, have you mentioned, who is it? Taco Libre?
Nacho Libre? Luchador.
Lucha Libre.
Okay. Have you seen Nacho Libre starring Jack Black?
No.
It's no interest there.
I'm not a big Jack Black fan.
Thank you. Finally, somebody else says it.
I don't really care for Jack Black.
Yeah.
He has been doing the same shtick for quite some time, but I still find
it's been 20 years, man. It's not. It's you get Paul from Kung Fu Panda in every movie. I don't know.
He's got an Adam Sandler arc.
Yeah, but Adam Sandler actually have range though.
Here's the arc though. I don't think there's an arc. I think it's a flat line. It's like
no. It was like he was real popular at one point in time, and then he dove hard and has not come out is it?
Who? Wait, Jack Black?
And Adam Sandler, yes.
Whoa! You guys aren't keeping up with the media, guys. That is not true. First of all, Jack Black is in Minecraft right now.
People didn't go see Minecraft because of Jack Black.
It's a billion-dollar movie. He's Steve. It doesn't matter.
That's fine, and he can make lots of money from it.
Right.
Just like Netflix gave Adam Sandler a lot of money. Doesn't mean that his performance was good.
See, but that's why I'm here to tell you wrong, because Adam Sandler put up an Oscar-worthy performance in Uncut Gems. I highly recommend it. If you guys haven't seen it, watch Uncut Gems.
I've seen a couple clips. He does look very good.
Heard a lot about it. Yep.
Really good.
Yeah.
So I would say that.
Other than that, though, when you said arc, though, I thought you meant like to me. I got three: Adam Sandler, Jack Black, and Vince Vaughn. They're like essentially the same character in every movie.
What happened to Vince Vaughn?
Rob Schneider.
Right, yeah. His is much shorter.
Oh my God,
Pauly Shore. You could just start naming. You could just start naming comedians, man.
Hold on, Rob Schneider is like a full-on like right winger nowadays. Have you guys seen it? It's crazy.
I've seen Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
That was his career peak, I think.
Oh wow!
After the making copies guy, that was it, and then he crash landed. Real quick on the Jack Black thing, I saw that he just scored the shortest song on the UK charts with whatever song from Minecraft. It's 54 seconds, and it charted. It's a 54-second soundbite that they're calling a song of him, rambling off his nonsense as he does, and it's made the charts in the UK for Minecraft. I haven't seen Minecraft.
I'm not gonna watch that movie. I don't know. I feel like I'm too old to be in there.
You are, but I feel like you're too old for a lot of the things you're into. So I didn't think that would matter.
Not Minecraft though. I'm not autistic enough for Minecraft the movie. I'm sorry.
I hold it as a badge of honor at this point that I've not played a minute of the game either.
You're not missing out on anything. Minecraft is a thing where my friend and I have tried to play together. I get about 15 minutes in, I'm like, that's it. This sucks, and I'm like, let's just quit it.
My viewpoint on it when my kids were playing it, I was like, you realize this crappy graphics that you have. We were just itching to get past,
subjected to it.
Yeah. It's like, why are but. Anyway, I want to get to recession pop.
So recession pop,
very, very excited to say what that is.
Okay, so recession pop is sort of like when music start indicating that you're in a recession. So a big like example of this that comes to mind was when I don't know how long ago this was, but Neo and Pitbull was on a song together, and Neo goes, "I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago." But it's something, but he was like, I work my ass off. I still can't afford it. that type of music is great, and I think they should totally bring back recession pop. I don't know. Maybe I'm on my own.
That's
here.
recession pop. Oh, so this is stuff that came out in the early 2008 recession? Is that like then, or are you just talking about subject matter?
Early 10s, late 2000s, right?
Late aughts, early 10s, huh?
Yes. But that type of stuff is great. I don't know. I feel like it makes music more relatable. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I just thought recession pop is making its comeback. I'm hoping that it does. I can't keep listening to people brag about having money anymore because
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Brag about not having money. How about that?
Yeah, that is true. That doesn't land very well these days.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I suppose we don't need to talk about it, but it did pass. But the how well the Katy Perry and Friends in Space went over.
We'll waste some money.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's what it was. That's the recession pop is what made me think about it. Like, man, people are struggling to, keep their fridges full and their tanks full, and you're talking about, space tourism. Like, come on.
Gail King's comment was the funniest thing I've ever seen, and the most out of touch I've ever seen a person been. She goes, "Yeah, I know it was a lot of money, but I'm telling you, once you're out there and you seeing space, it's worth it. How am I gonna get out there to space to see it?"
She missed the point.
Yeah.
Also, they were in just upper atmosphere. They weren't in space.
Yeah. They were up there for 7 minutes.
Technical space. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dumb. Not that I wanted to talk about that because that story needed not more than one day to be covered. But yeah,
they were on the kiddie coaster of space.
Yes.
Yeah. My girlfriend's reaction to that whole thing was the funniest thing ever. She just goes, "I thought they were up there researching something. They came back down after like 7 minutes in space." I was like, "Yes, that was the whole point."
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, "So what did they do up there?" I goes, "Take pictures and sing, and then that's
selfies.
it." Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Singing songs.
Yeah.
I think I just really thought that was funny. Of like, what did they think was gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
No, my girlfriend goes, "Why didn't they put this towards like infrastructure or something?" I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it all went to a charity.
Yeah.
Nope. We got to listen to that. It just the only reason I paid attention to it is because it was like day after day of stories. I'm like, okay, let me see what if this is as bad as everybody said it was. And I was like, oh, it seems like it. Yeah.
So here's my question though: did Katy Perry perform E.T. while she was in space for those 7 minutes? She should have. If she didn't, that was a waste of an opportunity. That's all I gotta say.
I think the whole thing was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
But listen, Brian, if you were in space for 7 minutes, you would think otherwise, right?
I would also say I had $11 million and I chose to use it otherwise. I think that's what they said it is, 11 million.
They didn't pay a buck though, right? It was all like Jeff Bezos sponsored. No.
I think they did. I think
there's no way Katy Perry has $11 million that she could just cough up in 2025.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm sure she does, man.
She does.
She is definitely not in the public's favor anymore. I think she didn't know when to step away. I think people have grown very tired of her. But I mean, that American Idol money, I would definitely say, I would definitely say she could afford it. But
7 minutes in space sounds like 7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So hold on. So I was playing this video game last night.
It's called Spin the Bottle.
No, it's called The Last of Us. It's called The Last of Us. And I really wanted to do this and I wanted to send a clip to you guys, but I couldn't figure it out. So in the game, your character, you can pick up a guitar and you can actually play the string on your controller. Mm-hmm. And the first thought I had was, I need to learn how to play Stairways to Heaven. That was literally my first thought. And I started pulling up YouTube videos on how to do it. And I'm like, this is way too complex to do.
There's a sign in the game that says no stairway.
No stairway, man.
But yeah,
how do you control it? Like that's
so it's very weird. So like obviously I can show it to you. So this is what a PlayStation controller would look like, right? So you would click.
Yes, it would.
Yes. So you would click through these two buttons to switch to different like notes and whatnot. And then the pad here is where all the strings are. So if you do at the top, it's the very first string. And then you can do the whole like five strings? Whatever.
Six strings.
6 strings. But yeah, so that's how you would play the guitar. And I'm like, I don't know the first bit of playing guitar. So I as much as I wanted to learn how to play Stairway to Heaven in the game, that'd have
been great. Have I told you guys that I suck at Rock Band? Like
really?
Yeah. because I said so when Rock Band came out, I'm like, oh, this looks so fun. I want to play this. I didn't buy it, but I had friends that did, So I went over there and I'm like sitting down playing the drums, right? Because I'm like, this is going to be great. I sucked at it because I couldn't turn my brain off from actually playing the drum part of how the drum part goes. It just hit the notes that were coming down the thing. So I ended up sucking at Rock Band really bad on the drum parts because I was like playing the drum set as if you were really playing the song, not to just hit the beats to the things coming down there. So.
I feel like you should play Band Hero instead, where you can play the actual drums on the.
Is it the same thing? Is it the actual drums? Like
yeah,
how the drum beat is actually played?
Yeah, it's quite literally the same, but it's not an actual drum set. It's just gonna be like sensors that you can hit. But I don't know if you turn on.
Are you hitting the kick drum when it's the kick drum on the song and the snare and the
I think so. There's some newer versions of the game where you can either play the game where the notes are coming falling down towards you, or there may be a free play mode where you can just
try and play the actual song. Oh yeah.
Conversely, I'm very, very good at Guitar Hero.
You can play guitar. Well,
I can play guitar, but again, it's not equivalent.
You can play Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was in any of the games or not.
I don't know.
No, I mean like on a guitar.
No. I play acoustic, not electric. But
no, the beginning of Stairway to Heaven starts out with acoustic guitar.
That's for the record. That's true. Yeah. But no, I think I told you guys before. I won a Guitar Hero tournament in college.
What?
somebody was doing a fundraiser for something, and I'm just like, I'll throw like $20 in. I like Guitar Hero. I'll go play. And again, I play on expert, so let's just see how it goes. And I ended up taking the whole thing. I couldn't believe it.
I'm not like chicks running up, bringing him out and wiping his brows.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't, I'm not one of these insane people online that play Through the Fire and Flames, but I'm pretty decent at it, or used to be. I really wish they'd bring that game back.
Well, they did recently, no? I thought they did.
A couple years ago, with a different type of guitar controller that nobody liked, so it didn't go anywhere.
Right.
But they have
it was huge, though, man. That was so huge.
They have one called Clone Hero.
What is that?
Where you can buy updated guitars that you can plug into your computer, and basically people just make songs to anything.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, do I really want it. So I really want it because I would play it all the time.
Yeah.
But the singing and the bass and like we had Beatles Rock Band.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And they'd let you sing harmonies in it and everything. Like me and my brother played, he especially played a lot of those games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have the drum set and the guitar and the...
I had the drum set. I had 2 guitars between us and a microphone. Did you have the mic?
Oh, you had the full setup?
So if you bought Band Hero when it first came out, it came with a guitar, a mic, and a drum set, and assumed that you would buy another guitar.
How much was the original Band Hero?
Not as much as real instruments. $20 for the game and all the equipment, I would guess. Somewhere around there. I think we got it for Christmas one year.
That's so cool.
Man.
But I had microphones before because I had a couple, I want to say, original Xbox games that were...
I thought you were going to say Mr. Microphone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They had Dance Dance Revolution, but they came out with Karaoke Revolution.
That's new.
And it was the same thing. You would just track your pitch, and it had a track list of songs. I really liked... I can't dance, so I didn't have any of those. But like we had DK Conga.
What is that?
For the GameCube, and it came with this plastic bongo set.
Oh,
same thing. It was this big track list that on the game, and it was left, right, both, or there's a microphone where you'd clap.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and you just play bongo drums. It was cool.
Man, Tony, I never took you as a rhythm gamer. Like, that's so funny.
I'm a musician. Yeah, I played a lot of that. Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool, man.
Do you remember Mr. Microphone?
No, it's not.
I was going to say you wouldn't. Mr. Microphone was like an early toy. Probably not.
Is that the one that you would tune to the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a microphone. You'd pull out an antenna and you'd go to a certain frequency on your radio. And, this microphone would broadcast out a short range radio frequency, and you could then sing into your Mr. Microphone, and it would come out of your stereo.
So you either go to a silent station and put on your own show, or sing along to something on the radio.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Primitive times, Winston. Primitive times.
Speaking of antenna, no, literally. Speaking of antennas, that's one of the joy that kids won't ever have anymore nowadays. Is like taking off the antenna of like whatever and just using it as a stick, like you know what I'm talking about?
There's a pointer.
Snapping off a car
like a
antenna and
pointer?
beating your friends with it. Yeah.
Oh, whoa, that's extreme. But I used to have a controllable like RC car, and I would take it off and use it as a pointer or like as like a wand type thing. Kids never gonna experience that ever again.
Don't they have RC cars still? Right?
Yeah, but they're all like that little plasticky. Metal is
That's
expensive
true.
nowadays,
That's
right?
true. Yeah, metal's expensive, and that's a lawsuit waiting to happen, huh?
That's it.
And
Yeah.
it won't ever be the heyday of the 90s with RC cars either.
What? Did you
what
guys
was the
have
heyday?
cooler? Yeah.
I had ones. It was this flat car with the big wheels. So if it flipped, it would just
Oh,
keep
flip back
driving.
over. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it had one arm that you could control. So it's just like you could make it flip around, and I
Yeah.
had ones where the center of it would flip, so you can make the whole
Yes.
front of it rotate.
Yes, I had that one. That was cool.
I had like a RC monster truck and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's RC everything, boats, planes.
I had an RC. This is when I was still in Vietnam. I had an RC car that turns into a robot. That you can literally click a button and it would stands up and flips and everything.
That's cool.
Like a legit
Dang.
transformer, man.
Yeah, it was super sick.
Where is it right now? Where'd it go?
Vietnam. So probably some random
Trashy.
cousin that don't know me have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, if he still has it, I mean, that's yeah. My mom gave me an ultimatum. I saw my family this weekend, me and my brother, to come sort out the GI Joes, the Star Wars,
Oh, no
and
way.
the Matchbox car collection.
Yeah.
That has been at their house for several decades. We don't need it anymore. What are you guys gonna do with it?
I honestly think, Brian, you should go and take it back. I'll take whatever you don't want.
But here's
And,
the thing. She thinks I'm sitting on a gold mine, but I'm like, I played the
All
hell
of them,
out of my
yeah.
toys, man. None of these things are
Yeah.
even close
Yeah.
to mint condition. They are they are dirty and scuffed and played with. And,
I'm sure some neckbeard would still pay you a decent amount for it, though, Brian.
I
Like
don't
genuinely.
think so, man. I think like harder to find ones would probably go for a couple of bucks. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I still think you should go and grab them just
to
cause.
see
Yeah.
how much I can get for them.
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're going for on eBay.
Maybe you can show it up on the podcast. That would be real cool.
When's the last time either of you guys bought something off eBay?
I've been buying a lot of stuff for my car off of eBay recently. So literally, I also sold on eBay. Did I tell you guys this? I told you, Brian.
Yeah.
Tony, did I tell you I bought a LeBron James Barbie doll?
Let's just stop with that. We'll just end the sentence.
That's what
there.
it
We don't need
is.
the rest
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
story.
You,
Let's
you
just stop
sleeping with it or what?
No, I bought it for resale value,
safe.
but
Yeah. Haha.
Uh-huh.
It's not back there. Don't look.
You can't put a price on a secure night's sleep.
That's it. With my glorious King LeBron James. But yeah, man, it's like fully dressed up. You can put headphones on him. You can take his
Yeah.
jackets
You
off.
can take his clothes off.
That's it.
You can post them however you want.
My favorite thing was when they announced it. I opened a comment and I already knew what I was gonna see. But the first comment goes, "Is it flat down there?" Oh,
He is not the king, huh?
yeah, that's it. But
did you check?
yes, no, I did not. It was still in the box.
It's anatomically correct, LeBron James. That's why the resale value is so
That's
high.
it. But yeah, so I bought it from Mattel and then I sold it on eBay. But I've been buying a lot of stuff for my car off of eBay, and eBay sucks, man. eBay is not fun, especially going from Amazon. It's like going from like a first world country to a third world country.
Yeah.
It's like what do you mean you're gonna take about a week to ship my shit? And then it's like, oh, I want to return. I have to pay for the return shipping.
Yeah, man, this is some dude in his house.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't like it as much. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
I was just curious, yeah, because there was a period where I sold not a lot of stuff, but I sold stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
Some old concert T-shirts. I had like a Pearl Jam concert T-shirt from
Oh my God! Hold on.
from the '90s. That I got rid of that for because it was like, this is cool, but I'm not gonna wear it, so I ended up selling it for decent amount of
So
money.
remember that video game I told you guys about yesterday, where you can play the guitar in it?
Yesterday.
Yes, or just now. Pearl Jam is in the game.
There you go.
Canonically in the game. Is this a real album? Lightning
Yes.
Bolt?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
What
It's a
year
song.
did that come out?
I don't know. That's a great song. I don't.
I would say 90.
No,
say
no,
90.
no. Lightning Bolt's later.
Was it?
Lightning
Was
Bolt's
it?
is the
Okay.
2000s. That's a newer one.
Okay.
But it says in there, Pearl Jam, Lightning Bolt coming soon.
There you go.
Whatever
That's
that means.
I mean, it's not new, but that's new. That's 2000s Pearl Jam.
Well, Last of Us was
2013. Yes, that's pretty funny. The game took place since 2013, or the pandemic in the game took place in 2013, so that's why it said coming soon. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I just thought it was real interesting. Took that picture, was going to show it to you guys yesterday, and completely forgot.
It's interesting that Pearl Jam has stuck around this long.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, as many bands has come and gone, or like gotten bad or lame, or
If ever a band needed subtitles, it is Pearl Jam.
have you seen-
anything.
You don't understand any of it. They may have been singing in a different language from anybody on earth.
This has been going around a while, but one of my friends in a group chat sent it again, and it's Pearl Jam sings LinkedIn names, and it's just like
way.
people's LinkedIn. It's
Awesome.
yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, if you type in Pearl Jam sings LinkedIn names, and it's it's very funny. But it's a visual thing because you got to see the names for to suggest.
Maybe I'll put one in the link dump.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
amazing how if you are looking at a video and you hear something and you see and there's text across the bottom, it's very easy to influence your brain that's what you're hearing them say.
Yeah.
Right, it's
We're
pretty
all-
cool.
We're all easily persuaded.
I was gonna say I always mix up a lot of the time, like some of the song by Foo Fighters with Pearl Jam. I don't know if that's because I'm not like well versed in like a
Similar
rock.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good music though. I
Two different
I think-
bands, Winston.
I know,
One's
man.
the former drummer of Nirvana. The other one's Pearl Jam.
Wait, actually, like he was a former drummer of Nirvana.
Dave Grohl?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Shut up.
No, like I'm so serious. All I know from Nirvana is Kurt Cobain shot himself. Like I kid you not. That and Smell Like Teen Spirit.
You did
what's-
not know that Dave Grohl was the drummer of Nirvana.
No, I didn't. Like
I
I'm
am
so serious.
certain that anybody listening to this knew that fact.
I didn't know that.
That's right. So, Winston, I'm on your side. I like music.
You didn't know that?
I know the songs. I don't pay attention to band members. So I can forgive Winston for this
Yeah,
because
unless they're 9 Korean girls, Brian, they're never gonna.
yeah. Then he knows everything.
Every
about
single
That's
one.
right,
I know
that's
which
right.
color represent them, Brian.
All right. That's
If you want to know everything about us, you can go check out some of our stuff. I'm wrapping it up.
oh,
It's the end of the show.
I was gonna go
Hey,
on a rant. Okay.
We got a post show. Don't worry. There's still time. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this. Tell a friend. Rate and subscribe wherever you're listening so you don't miss new episodes. Remember, downloads help us more than streams, but I have found out that they started tracking streams, but I'm going to keep repeating it. Downloads help us more. Thank you. If you want us to talk about something, show up live when we're streaming here on Twitch, or you can send us an email to podcastxyzxwyz@gmail.com. You can check us out on Instagram for news like when we go live or when new episodes come out if you're not subscribed. Check us out on YouTube where our post show goes and other things. We got a nice catch-up video there still for people if you are just joining us. Easy way to catch up on the content. We got TikTok. We're posting social media clips over there. You want a little bite-sized bit of the show? Go there. Otherwise, come check us out at our home on the web. We got merch. We got Winston's Watch and Listen list where we put links and things. We got a list of everything we talked about in the episode. In case you go, what episode was that? It's on there. But you can find that at podcastxyz.podbean.com. And with that, we'll see everyone next time.
See you, everybody.
Yeah.